Hey everyone, day 24 in our 30-day money game. And my question is this: are you having fun? Are you using your money? Are you depositing it and using that money? And if so, how does that make you feel? Are you feeling happy? Because today we get $24,000 into the account, and I want to lay this on you. As of today, within the past 24 days, we have flowed $300,000. $300,000. What are you spending it on? How does it make you feel? Are you having fun? What is it that you're left undone? And what can you do with this amount of money? Because it really does take away your old excuses like, well, I would like to, but I just can't. No, in this money game, and remember, the universal mind of God does not know if what you are saying is a fact in matter or if it is creating matter. So I invite you to do this. Last night, my sister and I were giggling. We live about 4.5 hours away. And we were on the phone and we were just laughing about stuff that, you might laugh at in comedy clubs. And we just laughed ourselves silly. And finally, when we hung up, we said, we got to get to bed. And this morning we checked in with each other and said, the sleep that we had after laughing like that was so deep, so restorative, so rejuvenating. And so, my question is, when's the last time you really laughed? When was the last time you really, really had fun? And so I just want to invite you, have some fun. Don't make it all that serious. I have some great stories for you today and some really great insights. We have the most amazing, it just like freaks me out sometimes how smart and how wonderful the people are who are in this money game, and how they're sharing with everyone creates more of that for all of us. So someone said this: I have been inspired by others' decisions of ways to help our next generations. With the money from day 22, which is $22,000, I opened college/further education funds for my 4 grandchildren. I don't want to limit them to college, so their own horizons may be broadened. Love that. Someone else said, this is life-changing. Thank you so much, Jeannie. I am so grateful and thankful and appreciative. Let me tell you something. That gratitude, that excitement, that's what really ramps it up. Whoop, whoop. She said, I keep getting more and more great things and more good news, not just for me, but for others around me, which makes me so happy. Yay. Guess what? It makes me happy too. Do you remember how we talked yesterday about giving and without expectations, just giving freely? And so, that sparked a whole line of conversation. And someone said this: today I am thinking about giving and judging. I understand the principle of being intentional around giving, and it is wonderful to give to the causes we are passionate about, and certainly tithing. But how much do we judge others about being worthy of our giving? Do we judge the so-called wealthy as not being worthy? How do about the so-called poor? And how would we really ever know? When we feel prompted to give, do we need a story to justify that worthiness? If we intend to give, does the recipient have to be deemed worthy by us? These are great thought-provoking questions. Or is it more in keeping with the energy of money, that our giving is free of judgment and story? And this reminded me of Abraham Hicks, which said that anytime you just feel like you have to justify anything, it sucks the life and the joy out of that which you are creating. You don't justify it. Just get into the feelings. I also was reminded of the story in the Bible where Mary Magdalene took very expensive oils and she was anointing Jesus's feet and drying his feet with her hair. And the disciples went crazy. They're like, well, she shouldn't be doing that. She should take that expensive oil and sell it and give that money to the poor. And Jesus, in his wisdom, looked at them and said, the poor will always be with us. Do not stop her, because he understood that her act was an act of gratitude and love and abundance. And so, in her taking that expensive oil and anointing his feet, she was performing a high act of abundance and love. Okay? Got that? So, somebody else said, we want to upgrade our travel trailer from the 23-foot bumper pull to a larger, more spacious fifth wheel. Selling our 23-foot 2019 Lance by owner and using that money and adding the $23,000 toward the new fifth wheel. Serving our growing needs for my husband to have a good place to stay during the week and for our summer travels to Colorado provides more space for our dogs and our grandchildren. Do you love that? And that spawned this. Somebody said, we used to have a Class C RV and we loved it. So we've begun looking again and weighing getting a trailer versus another Class C. You have me looking at options. You see how these sharings help all of us? And she went on to say, now this is fascinating. She said, in previous days, I updated or improved my outdoor space by adding things like grills, a fire pit, pretty outdoor furniture, and the like. And I even added a swim spa and hot tub with part of this money. Today, I'm taking something away that has been so expensive, it's been out of range for us. In the middle of our pasture is a real eyesore, a telephone pole. And she sent a picture of it, and it's ugly. It's slanted, and we always fear continued high winds will eventually bring it down. We thought it was the phone company's responsibility, but nope. The homeowner has to take care of it. So, with today's money, we're going to have the pole taken out and the cables, wires buried. This will be much safer and better for our view. So I want you to listen to this. As I told her when I saw that, I said, without your participation in the money game, you might never have looked into it and found out who was really responsible for it. And it reminded me of one of our participants in the 2020 money game. And she was in Louisiana and said that there were some oil and gas drillers who had leased part of the land and had gone broke or whatever and left this big, ugly propane tank just sitting in the pasture, just sitting there. And they'd kind of just looked past it, but with the idea of, turning things into money, she made some phone calls and found out because they had abandoned it so many years ago that it now belonged to them. And she called somebody to come and get it and to haul it away. And wait for this one. Not only did they haul it away, they paid them $15,000. I get unexpected income all the time. Woo, woo, right? So look around. What do you have that's bugging you and that you could maybe turn into some cash? Seriously, it's just so interesting how when we get into a new mindset, things begin to show up. So let's go ahead and we're going to close this out today. I want us to do our heart-mind coherence. I want you to bring all that good feeling, love, and gratitude that you have for your own life and for what's going on and your own participation. Bring that into your heart. Bring your mind and your thoughts into that. Ramp it up, ramp it up, ramp it up. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Boom, send it out. And the universe is paying attention. Now let's think of everybody else in this group who is playing this money game and seeing them get the desires of their heart. People in your life that want their lives to be better. Let's bring them in, gratitude and love into the heart center. Feel it get warm. Bring the mind into it. We can imagine it. Ramp it up. Boom, send it out. So tomorrow, we get $25,000. to play with. Isn't this great? And so, and we only have to the 30th. So tomorrow will be day 25. So I want you to be thinking about this. I want you to share your thoughts. I want you to do encouraging words to yourself and others, and let us know how it's going. And go have some fun, okay? Go laugh your guts out. You'll feel good about it. See you tomorrow. And I'm so grateful that you are here.